Accounting 11 quizzer number 2. So, let's discuss the answers. Question number 1. Revenue recognition principle states that income should be recognized upon receipt of cash. So, going back to our accrual accounting assumption na we record revenue kahit na hindi pa natin nare-receive yung cash. So, the answer for this question is false. Number 2, time period assumption is similar to periodicity concept. Yes. Answer is true. Number 3, the term accrued when associated with an expense account connotes a liability. Sabihin daw nito, kapag yung accrued na term, kapag sa expense ito siya, connotes a liability. Yes, nagkakaroon tayo ng liability kapag yung account title natin is magiging or kapag yung expense natin ay accrued. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa natin nababayaran. So, liability yun. So, ang answer natin dyan is true. Next, the account accrued rent income similar to rent receivable. Yes, kapag sinabing accrued rent income, yan accrued na gamit na or nakapagbigay na ng service pero hindi pa siya binabayaran. So, since income siya, sabihin meron tayong rent receivable. Next, prepaid expense is an opposite of accrued expense. So, pag sinabing prepaid expense, dapat yung unang titingnan natin is first word. So, prepaid is an asset account na pero hindi mo pa nagagamit. Like, example, yung mga advertising, insurance, yun yung mga example ng prepaid expense. Bayaran mo na pero hindi mo pa nagagamit. Opposite siya ng accrued expense kasi nga an accrued expense is is a liability account. So, expense mo na, nagamit mo na pero hindi mo pa nababayaran. Therefore, ang answer natin dito is true. Next, balance sheet accounts are also called nominal accounts. Kapag sinabing balance sheet accounts, hindi ito na-close at the end of the accounting period. So, dapat ang tamang term dito, ang other term for balance sheet accounts are permanent accounts. Yung mga nominal accounts, yun yung kino-close natin. Ang tawag doon is yung mga nasa income statement account, nominal. Therefore, ang answer natin is false. Next, in IAS 2016, property, plant, and equipment are considered as depreciable assets which are all subject to depreciation. Ayun, including land. So, dahil sa idinagdag na including land, so magpo-false tayo dito. Kasi nga, land does not depreciate. Nag-appreciate yung kanyang value as time goes. Next, when an account of a certain customer is hopeless for collection, it is written off from the record. Kapag sinabing hopeless for collection, hindi pa naman sure na hindi talaga mako-collect. So, si business, nagkakaroon siya ng allowance para dun sa mga receivables niya. So, hindi natin nire-write off agad. Kapag sinabing write off, tatanggalin na yung mga receivables. So, kapag hopeless for collection pa lang, yung hopeless for collection na yun yung tinatawag natin, yung account title niyan is allowance for doubtful accounts or allowance for bad debts or allowance for uncollectible accounts. Allowance muna siya, hindi natin siya directly nire-write off. Therefore, ang answer natin dito is false. Next question is, expense recognition principle recognizes all expense as incurred when paid. Again, under accrual accounting, we record expense kahit na hindi pa nababayaran. Answer dito is false. Next, a business has an obligation of 450,000. If the total assets are 950, how much is the amount of proprietorship? Again, using our basic accounting equation, yung obligation daw natin is 450,000. Yung total assets natin is, and question, magkano daw yung proprietorship? So, ang ating proprietorship is 500,000 pesos. Next question. A company's equity showed a balance of 350,000. If it claims an ownership in assets worth 1 million, how much is the liabilities? Again, no, sabi dito meron daw equity balance na 150,000 and meron tayong claims and ownership in assets. Ibig sabihin ng assets 1 million. Then yung question is how much is our liability? Now, again, very basic. Liability is equal to 150,000 pesos. Next question. A company's equity showed a balance if an entity's gross revenue is 48,500 and the reported net income is 39,000, how much the amount of the operating expenses? So, alam niyo naman siguro that net income is equal to revenue less expense. So, sabi dito sa problem, meron tayong gross revenue na 48,500 and meron tayong net income na 39,000. So, ang question is, magkano daw ang ating expense? So, ang answer natin is, expense is equal to 9,500. Next problem, income at partnerships income statement showed net income amounting to 600,000 for the period December 31, 2015. Partners made withdrawal during the year 2016, 300,000. Total assets were 6,800,000. Liabilities amounted to 2,300,000. Determine the beginning capital balance. So, siguro, ibobonus ko ito kasi nga meron tayong typographical error sa ating date. This one should be 2015 kasi baka may nalito. Kapag sinabing total assets, sinabing total, ibig sabihin that is the ending balance. Ending balance. So, our computation, again, using our basic accounting equation, meron tayong given na total assets of 6,800,000 and yung ating liability of 2,300,000. So, kapag kinumpute natin, meron tayong equity 4,500,000. Take note, this is the ending capital balance. Yung answer dun sa first question natin, magkano raw yung beginning capital balance. Now, using the ending balance of our capital or equity, so, dito na tayo sa baba, yung end natin. You know, using our expanded accounting equation, meaning yung nahanap, ina-add natin yung income natin. 600,000. And meron tayong withdrawals for the year of 300. Mga withdrawals, pas natin. So, kung kukunin natin yung taas, magsisimula tayo dito sa baba. 4,500,000. 4,500,000. I-add natin itong si withdrawals at bawas natin itong si income. So, ang answer natin for the beginning capital is 4,200,000. Again, this is the beginning capital balance and the ending capital balance is 4.5 million. Next problem, how much is the total assets? So, from our given, we have prepaid insurance of 25,000. Meron tayong supplies of 2,000. Accounts receivable na 50,000. Therefore, total asset natin is 77,500. 25,000 of prepaid insurance, 2,000 na supplies, and yung ating accounts receivable na 50. Answer natin is 77,000 pesos. Next, how much is the total expense? How much is the total expense? Tayong prepaid expenses. Again, prepaid expense is an asset account. Accounts payable is a liability. Depreciation is expense account. Ito yung expense ng pagde-depreciate natin ng ating property, plant, and equipment. So, depreciation, we have 20. Taxes and licenses of 13,000. Heat, light, and water. Therefore, yung total niyan is 100 pesos. Next problem. If liability is 40% of the total assets and equity is 30,000, determine the total assets. Again, using the basic accounting equation, no? If liability is 40% total assets, and equity is 30,000, 40% ng ating liability, asset is percent, 30,000. Para makuha natin yung kapag ang amount is dinivide mo siya sa 30,000 divided percent. Again, pag ang amount is dinivide mo siya sa kanyang sariling percentage, makukuha mo yung 100%. Sabihin 30,000 divided by 60% is we have 1,000. Therefore, answer is 50,000 for the total asset. Next question is using the given information. Ayun, using the given information, determine the liability. Ano daw yung liability? And since meron na tayong asset na 50 and meron tayong equity na 30, ibig sabihin, yung ating liability is 20,000 pesos. So, next problem is, service revenue 200,000, expenses 43,000, liabilities 36,000, and equity is 85% of the total assets. Question is, kano daw yung ating total assets? Again, ulit tayo sa ating basic accounting equity. Asset is given ang ating liability 36,000. Ang sabi dito, equity na natin is 85 total assets. Kapag 80% siya of the total asset, ang ating liabilities is 10%. Yan, kapag ang amount is dinivide mo sa percentage, makukuha natin percent 36%. per assets is 240,000 pesos. Next question is, using the given information above, how much is the net income? Again, net income is equal to revenue less expense. Revenue na 200, meron tayong expense na income. Next question, it is the process of preparing the financial statements. So, answer natin dito is summarizing. The present law that governs the accounting in the Philippines, which is also known as the Philippine Accountancy Act of 2004, yung answer natin is RA 9298 or the Republic Act 9298. Third, next is an accounting assumption where business is separate from the owners, managers, and employees. The answer natin dito is accounting entity, pwede din separate accounting entity, pwede din business entity. Last question, it is the value parted with. So, yung iba, hindi pa din nakuha yung tamang sagot, no? Ito yung pinaka-easy sa lahat. So, the value part